Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope all is great. Just having a look at the screen here. Hope everyone is blessed. Okay, guys, so I've had to turn off comments because I was requested to do so. Apparently, when people put comments up, it covers the screen, and when any person is doing any exercises, it gets blocked out by the questions. So yeah, I'd have to hide that. But today, first of all, my name is Roger Snipes, and I've been asked to come and show you guys some exercises. And the ones which I'm going to be showing you are with resistant bands. Now, throughout the whole pandemic, a lot of people put on some weight, and many people weren't able to go to the gym. And there's people who don't go to the gym anyway. And it's always a question of what sort of exercises can I do at home? I myself am pretty lucky. I've got weights, but even if I didn't use weights, I know how to be creative with the stuff that I have. And some of the things I have are resistant bands. Now, there's different thickness of resistant bands. This one here actually has the weight on it. So 70 to 115 pounds. So this is like the resistance is about the equivalent in weight. So rather than needing actual weight itself, you can use these. So there's that. There's other ones as well. It just all depends on what body part you're training and what amount of weight you feel you need to push. So the purple one is 60 to 95 pounds. And then you've got another one, 40 to 65 pounds. And the skinniest one, which is 15 to 25 pounds. Now, there's no rule that you must use one over the other, but what I would say is find one which you feel works for you. Now, whenever I'm exercising, let's say if I'm training my legs, the legs is the biggest muscle group in the body. So ideally, you should be lifting a bit more on your legs than you do on any other part of your body. Hopefully, it should be that way. So, first exercise I want to show you today is deadlifts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here, the thickest one, to try and go so you can see. What we're going to do is place it under the feet. So you place it under the feet, and then you widen your stance and grab both of the straps or bands, and then drive your body up. Okay, now you could do stiff leg or a normal deadlift. So, as I said, nice and wide, just go down, back nice and straight, and then drive up and squeeze on the glutes. Slowly down, having a slight bend in the knees, and as you come up, squeeze on the glutes at the top. If you want to do stiff leg, just don't bend the knees and just go forward and drive. Squeeze on the glutes at the end again. Control it down, backside out. Squeeze on the glutes. When you're doing a normal deadlift, try to avoid going down as if it's a squat. The goal is to stick your backside out. So just to demonstrate again, when you're going down, don't go down like this, but more go forward. Okay? So you're not going like that, that's a squat, you're going forward. Okay, cool. I hope that was straight. What I've done is I've put some exercises on my phone here so I don't forget them. So that's deadlifts. Next one I want to show you is lunges. So same sort of thing, you place your feet in between like that, at a stance, okay? Then we grab both of the bands, go down and drive up. So legs can be about shoulder width apart or slightly wider, or you can keep it hip width apart, whatever you feel comfortable, and then go down and up. And that's it really. So when you want to work the other leg, just move over. If you widen the stance, have no idea what happened. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Okay, so as I was saying before I rudely interrupted, if you widen the stance, it makes it tighter. Okay, so it makes it a little bit harder. That's when with any type of exercise. So nice and wide. Why is it going black? Come on. No idea why that's happening. So, same sort of thing. Go down, oops, down, drive up. Control it down and drive. Squeeze on the glutes as well. Control, drive up. Okay. So as I said, like, you can do literally a full body workout at home with bands. It's amazing. So, okay, so next one I want to show you is with chest. So I'm going to change the bands. I could use the same ones, but let's change it just for flavor. Okay, so you take the bands, put it behind your back here. Keep the arms nice and straight, and you can bring it in front here. Sometimes the bands end up just slipping, and I'll show you, just like that. But you just have to try and almost lock it on your back muscle right there. If you haven't got muscle there, don't worry about it. Just try and lock it somewhere. And then bring it forward and squeeze. So show it from the side, bring it forward, squeeze. Nice and wide, squeeze. You could actually work on the lower part of your pecs as well. Bring it up here, bring it down. Oops, sorry. Just trying to lock it in position again. Okay, so put it here, bring it down, squeeze. So this will work on the lower part. It's like doing a pec fly, but low. If you was to use like a cable in the gym, but instead you're using a band. Squeeze it low and then control it back up. Squeeze and control. What you can also do is create a bit of resistance with a push-up. So placing it on your back and then going down on the floor to do a push-up. So just like that, down here, like this. Which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So yeah, fly low, fly high, lower part, upper part. You can potentially work a bit higher, but it might end up slipping off your back. So just keep it in the center and you'll get a nice squeeze. There's ways in potentially anchoring the bands on something, but I can't demonstrate that. That'll have to be another time. Okay, so next we're gonna do some biceps. This one's pretty simple. Just place your feet on the bands and just hold the bands like this, curl up. So from the side. Keep the elbows locked in by the side. curl up about, I don't know, 45 degrees from the top, and then control. So if you're curling like that, it's almost like doing a hammer curl, because your hand is in this position, all right, as you curl up. If it's in a hammer curl position, then you'll be working the long head of the bicep. So that's like the outside, and also the overall thickness of the arm. And with any hammer curl position, you'll also be working the forearm. So yeah, that's holding it side on. Now, if you supinate your grip, if you turn your grip up, then you will be targeting the short head of the bicep, which is in the middle. So you could turn it up like this and curl. Same thing with locking the elbows by your waist and curling, not all the way to the top. You don't want to move the elbows, just keep the elbows locked in position. Curl up and down. Okay. Don't know what's going on. The screen keeps going black. I feel like I need to put the comments on to ask you guys questions. See if everything is okay. Let me see. Can I change it? All right, I'll put on comments for a moment. Did it go black? Somebody. Did it go black for you guys? If you could just give me a answer. Everything okay? Sweet. Nice. All right. All right, I'm gonna cut that out. Amazing. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thank you. All right, sweet. All right, 1 second. Just need to cut that off again. Give me a sec. All right, next one. Okay, cool. Next, we're going to do triceps. All you need to do here is, I'll show it this way. Place your foot on the back of your foot on the band, and then you grab it like this, or you can put your thumb in there just to lock it in position, and then take it behind and raise it up and control it down. If it feels like too much pressure on your thumb, just get a nice firm grip. Go up and control. Hopefully you guys can see. So nice and low to get a full stretch on the tricep. Up and control. Nice and low, nice and low. Up and control. With any kind of extensions, you do feel it a lot on the short head of the tricep. I'll show you on the other. If you've noticed, I spend a lot of time controlling it. Now, the goal isn't to just move it. It's about controlling it. Like the muscle, you need to control the weight or the band with your muscle. It doesn't make sense doing anything like this. Seen that a lot. And it's not about that. Now, what you can do as well is like kickbacks. But kickbacks is not a favorite of mine, in all fairness. Probably because sometimes your body could be misaligned when you're doing it. Okay, how would I do it? Let me see. Place that here. All right. So foot back, holding it here, elbow up, stretch, return. You could also lean a bit further down to make you, I don't know, a bit more firm. Back and down. And what you want to try and avoid doing is twisting your body like this. Just try and lock it in position. Yeah, it's quite difficult because I find that you might end up using your trapezius a bit too much. So the first one that I showed you, I would suggest is a bit better. Okay, cool. The next one I'd like to show you, shoulders. Now, whenever I'm using a bar in the gym, I don't normally do upright rows because with heavy weight, you might end up getting a slight impingement in the shoulder. Lots of people do have that because there's so many exercises which could end up causing rotator cuff issues, and upright row is one of them. But if you use a relatively light weight, it's actually okay. I would say you want to find a light weight but just do high repetitions on it. So upright row is, so place your feet on the band. You can't really see. Oh, my feet are on the band. And you can grab this about shoulder width apart, have the elbows out, raise this up. So slightly above the lower part of your pec, you can bring it up to the top, but just make it comfortable. There's no certain height which you need to bring it. It's about feeling the contraction in your shoulders, and that is it. If you feel it in your delts, you're good. So if you feel it from here, that's fine. If you feel it up here, that's fine. There's no rule where it must be raised super high or kept super low. It's about feeling the contraction. So raise up, squeeze in the shoulder, and control it back down. Raise up, control. This way. So with doing upright, here we go, keeps going black. With doing upright rows, you could determine which part of your shoulder you want to target by the way you position your hand on the resistant bands. So if you hold it wide, it works further on the outer part of your shoulders. If you hold it narrow, you will be focusing more on the trapezius. Guys, I'm sorry, it keeps going black. That's a reason why I have to keep tapping the screen. Why is it going black? All right, so narrow, if you want to hit the traps. There's guys out there, sometimes ladies, that want to hit the traps. Nice and narrow, raise up. You can feel it a lot more right in your traps. Control. Raise, squeeze. Raise, squeeze. Okie dokes. I like that one. Okay. Another one which is pretty easy. Place your feet on the bands, and then it's almost like doing just a military press or a shoulder press, whatever you want to call it. Like having a bar here and drive up. You could lock your arms out, but I normally keep it a bit bent. Just keeping the tension on the shoulders. Control. Down towards your chest. Drive up and then punch your head forward. Control. Squeeze. Control. Towards the chest. Drive up. Squeeze. And then you could also do like a lateral raise. Place your feet on here. Just bring it up along the side. Might need to get a slightly lighter one, possibly. Because when it comes to shoulders, especially if you're doing like a front raise or a lateral raise, you don't need a super heavy weight. You really don't. If you're doing a press, it's a lot easier. It's closer to the body, easier to move. But if it's further away, lightweight is perfectly fine. So don't go crazy with weight. So you can, just like if you was holding dumbbells and you was doing a lateral raise, you can twist your wrist slightly towards the ground and have the elbows a little bit higher. This kind of almost helps you to avoid from hitting the anterior delt too often. What I see people do when they're doing flies a lot of the time is they end up doing this. Just dipping their knees into it. It's like they're dancing, but they're not really hitting the medial head. They end up hitting it, they twist their arm and they end up hitting this part all the time. So you can actually see your muscle if you just twist it ever so slightly, and then it shifts and this starts to go a bit softer and this one goes hard. So to make sure you really target the medial head, you could just target the elbows a little bit higher. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do this. Give me a sec. Interesting. All right. So place your feet on here. And what we want to do is elbows out, drive up. And we're trying to target the upper part of the back and hit the rear delts. So elbows out, backside out, drive up and control. If you want to create a bit more tension with the bands, obviously as I mentioned earlier, they got like different weights on there. It's gone black again. Here we go, we're back. So it says 60 to 95 pounds. Now that depends on the resistance. If you want it to be a bit more harder, space your legs further out, or you could go further down to increase the tension. Okay, so wider, lower down, increase the tension, and then up, squeeze. Pause due to poor connection. Is that it? It's poor connection. Hi guys, I'm back. Apologies. I decided to come out in the park, but I didn't realize it was going to be poor connection. So, nice and wide. Bring it real low. Squeeze and return. Wow. Hello peeps, sorry about that. Reception is rubbish. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple more exercises for you. Now, I showed you how to do a lunge. Come on man, stop doing this to me. Showed you how to do a lunge. So in the same lunge position, you can actually train your back, like doing a row. So feet in the same position, grab it. So rather than doing a lunge, you're actually going to use your arms and bring it back. Squeeze. This is terrible. Keeps going black. I have to apologize for the reception. Although I don't have power over the reception, I apologize for your bad viewing if it keeps freezing on you or disappearing, as it keeps doing for me. What is the deal here? All right, I'm going to show one more. Deadlift position, but instead of a deadlift, we're going to train back. So draw the elbows back, squeeze, and return. Still here, excellent. You can go a little bit lower. That will intensify it a little bit more. To make sure that your knees is not going over your toes and you're not like this. So knees in line with the heels, far back. And keep the elbows down as well. When you're pulling back, try not pull high. Just keep your trapezius relaxed. Keep it down. And squeeze on your back. You should be feeling it in your lats. Yes, yes. We made it. We made it. Okay. My peoples, how is everybody? I've turned back on. It's not black. Okay. Okay. Yeah, how is everyone? Everyone all good? Excellent. Excellent. So that's me. Did it go black at all? Did any of it freeze? Because it looked like it froze for me. How was it? Did you see everything? It's pretty slow here. Pretty slow. Okay, cool. That's awesome. I hope you enjoyed that. Once again, my name is Roger Snipes, and if you want to get these bands, no affiliate or anything, but you can just find these on Amazon. They cost me like maybe £30 or slightly less, possibly I think like £28, and you get about 4 bands, easy to use. If you don't have a gym equipment, you don't have kettlebells or, you know, dumbbells and power bags and all that, resistant bands, easy. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Much love. Take care.